Hello Capricorn, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Capricorn for the week of October 10th. Now do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the After Tarot, as well as the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Do hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. Let's go and see what we have here. Put this right here. And all right. And we'll take a few of these oracle cards. Cool. I think that's looking just about good enough to me now. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Nine of Cups. So, Nine of Cups, you love to see it. This is all about wish fulfillment in your life. This person is satiated. Okay? They are satiated, they're content. They've pretty much built their dream situation or their dream life. You can see that they are kind of folding their arms here, indicating that they are extremely happy with the fact that all 9 cups behind them are overflowing, or upright, you could say. And the thing is, like, this is about emotional satisfaction. This is about things going well. It is one of the true dream and one of the true wish cards here in your life. I see so much fire in this reading, like so much red, so much yellow, orange. I think that this is potentially about a dream job. I think for some of you here, you've been making, you've created manifestations for yourself in work. You do have a major alchemy card here, or a major manifestation, law of attraction card here in the middle, which is very important. I think that some of you have closed out a very important cycle of the past here. And there might be, there's also 3 4s. And so we have some repeating numbers, right? We have 3 4s, we have 2 9s. We have some repeating themes here. I think 444, this is, and actually it's 4:45 on the clock, actually. So, I could have just, I don't know, it's 4:45. I could have just said 444 at 4:44 p.m. I wasn't looking at the clock when I said it, but it's possible that that just happened as well. So 444 is all about saying, from my perspective, when I see 444, it means that you're protected. Okay, your spirit team has you, your guides have you, like the universe has your back, whatever you want to believe in, you are protected. And I get the sense that some of you here feel satisfied, like you feel protected in the situation that you find yourself in. And I would keep up that energy for this week. I would really even maybe do some research on 444, because it's very interesting that it could have literally been 4:44 p.m. when I said that number. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty wild. So in the overall, that's kind of just messing with my mind here. In the overall situation, you have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is all about attracting something important into your life, okay? This queen can attract anything that they want, but they must be authentic. They literally must be authentic, because if they're not authentic, they'll attract the wrong thing into their life. I do think that there's something here about spiritual protection as well that's coming into my mind. I think some of you are spiritually protected. I think you're protected on your trips, on your journeys, on whatever manifestations you're trying to put out there, provided that you're authentic. I think, trying to be somebody that you're not is not going to, it's going to be much harder to have spiritual protection when you are engaging in that type of energy. But we all do it from time to time, right? But, I definitely think that, moving into authenticity at this time can really help you bring this wish in here with the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Cups. I will say there is law of attraction energy here, okay? Start off with these 2 cards for sure. It's just making sure that your vibrations align towards what you want at this time, because you're bringing something in. in the past, you have the Three of Swords, you have the Six of Cups, and you have the World card here. So the Three of Swords and the Six of Cups. So this is a classic combination of a breakup. Okay, this is a classic combination of exes ex relationships in your life. Three of Swords is heartbreak, it's separation, it's disconnection between you and somebody else, and the Six of Cups represents somebody from your past. So this is a classic combination of that type of energy here. And, I would say, it is possible that some of you have just gone through that recently, or I don't even know if it's actually, come to think of it, I don't even know if it's recent, actually. No, I actually don't think it's recent. The Six of Cups, this refers to something like, I think that has happened a while ago. It's more so like a while ago. And, I don't know what that means for you. Maybe a couple years ago. I think that that's probably more in the range, years. I think that that's probably more in the range here. Especially because you have the energy of Saturn here as well with the World card. The World card is the card of Saturn. Saturn is a slow-moving planet. I believe it's like 3 years. It stays in a sign, maybe more. Yeah, it's about 3 to 4 years, I believe. 3.5, 4 years, something like that it stays in one place. And so it's a slow-moving planet, right? The idea that I'm getting here for you is there was a separation that happened a while ago, but it took a long time to get over that with this World card. World card represents completions, but it took I think it might have taken a couple of years for you, maybe even longer. But I think that there's a new leaf being that you're turning over here. You're turning over a new leaf here, and I do think that this cycle with this person has closed out. I also think if there have just been like painful separations in your life, like maybe you were fired, or maybe you made the wrong investment, or in the past, or there was like family separations in the past. This could also be what it is, because I'm not getting a ton of love messages here, other than we do have this Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. But the majority of these cards are probably connected to work, or just this dream or this manifestation that you have. And so, there's something here that was that you separated from. There was separation here in the past, and it's taken a while for you to work through this. But it takes everybody different times, right? There's no like magic formula on, how many years it should take to get over somebody, or to, get over a separation, or whatever the case may be. In the current situation, you have the Four of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands, and you also have the Four of Wands here. So 444, interesting synchronicity at the beginning of this reading, really, really blowing my mind. Yes, so your stability here is important to you. And I think that this has been coming in for Capricorns for quite some time now. It seems like the entire year of 2022, I've been getting this message for you, Capricorn, around the number 4, and around stability, and around structure and routine, and how all of these things are very important to you. And it's almost like, at this point, I almost feel like saying that, like, you are protected here, like, some of you, there might be, like, this might be spilling over into like the worry bucket. Like, you might be just worried, anxious about maybe in this case your finances, because you can see this person is holding on to their pentacles here tightly. There's an offer in the future, okay, with this Page of Pentacles. I will say, if this reading's for you and it's in alignment with you and what you're doing, there is an offer here in the future. But there's like a detachment here that needs to happen in terms of like knowing. I think some of you just simply need to understand and know that you are protected here. And as you take one step in the journey, or in the direction of your goals, all the universe will conspire to get you there. If you've ever read the book The Alchemist, I really recommend you read the book The Alchemist. In fact, that line that I just said, all the universe will conspire to get you there, that is something from the book The Alchemist. And it might be wise for you to take a look at that, because you really just need to take one step and everything else will fall into place. But if you're not taking that first step, you're going to be in that worry mode or that fear mode here. Four of Wands is about structure. It's about stability. It's your foundations and achievements in life. And for you, as long as you are manifesting from a place of authenticity, as long as you're taking that first step from a place of authenticity, everything will work out. In the future, you have the Four of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands, and you have the Page of Pentacles here showing up. So this Page of Pentacles is really about a prospect, an important prospect or opportunity that is coming into your life. Could be financially related, but this generally says that prospects in your life are looking good. And this might come out of nowhere here because it's in the lower row. The lower row is the unexpected, or what is hidden, or what is unseen, or what you can't really see. It can come in through your dream realm, okay? When you get, like, these lower row messages can come in through your dream realm. But there's an opportunity showing up here in the future for you. You need to make sure that this is authentically aligned with you, okay? I do think that you are manifesting something. I do think your manifestation can come in here in the future based on this reading. But this Nine of Wands says that you might be in resistance mode. And I get the sense that you are based on these two fours here. And I think it's because it's like the root cause of this resistance mode is fear. Fear that something's not, fear and worry that something's not going to work out, that, if you take this step, you'll never know if you'll have another opportunity again, or something like this is just coming in. Again, we have our final four here, unless we get another card here from the clarifications. But this Four of Swords is about rest, recovery, and recuperation. It's also, if you notice here, this person's praying, okay? And so, if you're religious or not religious, it doesn't matter. The idea of prayer is connecting with something that is higher than you, or something that is outside of you. And for you, I see this coming in here with this idea of dreams, law of attraction, manifestation, all of this type of energy. So let's go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more. And wow, you have 5 of these Kipper cards here that want to come forward. So let's see if I can do this. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Oh man, I'm having a hard time here. We'll get it. All right, so there we go. You have, thank you for sitting through that. You have male, female, marriage, thoughts, and imprisonment, and pathway. Male, female, marriage, thoughts, imprisonment, and pathway. Yeah, I mean, look, there was this situation. Look, you've been thinking about, this guy here on the card right here, he's thinking about the male, female. And, whatever your gender is, whatever gender you're interested in, I think there's just been somebody who's been in your mind, and I think that they've been in your mind for a long time. I do think that this is somebody that you had marriage goals with or marriage plans with here with this marriage card. And I think that this, like I said, this has been something that you felt trapped in for some time. The thoughts were getting a little bit too much thoughts, too much thinking, too much dwelling on the past and dwelling on the separation. But I get the sense that you're finally through that time that you've been in, right? And this pathway card says that you are now on the path of your true north, your destiny, what you're supposed to be doing here in this lifetime. And I would really look out for an opportunity that comes in here in the future for you. Of course, keep putting in, fire off the applications. If you are looking for a job, or keep updating that resume if you're working and you're just looking for another opportunity or whatever. Or you keep contacting people for funding. If you're trying to secure funding for your app or for your startup or whatever it is, keep doing that. But I will say, look out for an opportunity here in the future. This could be 3 to 6 months with the pathway card. This card is a little bit longer in the future. The timings in these readings are very hard to wrap down. So it might be earlier than 3 to 6 months, by the way. Just keep that for what it is. The Kipper, the author, puts a time limit on some of these cards. This one I think is 3 to 6 months or 6 to 12 months. I would need to double check, but let's go and start to clarify. If you are enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. And I really do appreciate you spending your time with me. Thank you for being here. So you have the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and you also have the Hierophant. All right, so King of Cups, this person this is considered to be a good partner in the tarot. Again, I do think that some of you have been, there's this marriage situation. You have the Hierophant card, this card of marriage. You have the marriage card, you have the Hierophant card. You do have the other marriage card here with this Four of Wands next to it. I think that this is somebody that was long-term. I think that this is somebody who was, and the Seven of Pentacles, now that I'm just thinking about it, that's like a long-term situation for sure. And like I said, the King of Cups could be considered to be like a good partner in the tarot. This separation was painful for you. If you're here and like that you're resonating with this on the love front, you're here for these love. This separation was painful, and it's probably because you were in that relationship for a long time, or you just really fell in love with the idea of what you and this person could be. And like I said, I do think that this ultimately is something that you are working through. I also think, by the way, if you're not here for love, you worked at a place for a long time, or you did a certain career for a long time, and that was very painful. Many people go through that. Many people lose their job, or they fall out of favor in whatever it is that they're doing, and that is a very painful thing to go through. And I think for some of you it could also be that if it's like the marriage timeline here is not syncing up with you, that could also be the case. You have the Five of Wands, is that right? Yes, the Five of Wands. You have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Justice card. Yeah, that's the five. It's just interesting because I thought whatever, I'll figure it out later. I think there's another card that looks exactly like that. But anyway, Five Wands, Seven of Swords, and the Justice card here. So the idea here is that for some of you, this is interesting. So the Seven of Swords, sorry, I just got it's the newest. I'm using this deck called the After Tarot, and the illustrations are like a moment after the original illustrations of the Rider-Waite. So the illustrations are a little bit different. They're like what happens a moment after the original. And if you look here, this person, they're walking into a trap. So this person's stealing swords on the Seven of Swords card, but they can only get away with their schemes for so long. And what I'm saying is there's this big message here with this Queen of Wands here around authenticity. If you're being inauthentic, you can only get away with it for so long before, something, just you move out of something. That's what I feel like saying here. Make sure that you are aligned in this direction because you're bringing something in, okay? You are manifesting something. Just make sure it's in alignment. The Justice card says that, your actions are important. At the end of the day, we all get the outcome that we deserve. And so again, make sure that things are aligned here for you. The Five of Wands is about this mental conflict we've been talking about. You have this Empress card, you have the Page of Cups, and you also have the Ace of Cups. New love begins here in the future for you. And this is connected to this new opportunity. It might not be romantic love, but you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups here with the Ace of Cups. Two or more offers coming in. One might be romantic, one might not be, or one might be romantic, one might be something else, or they might both be work opportunities. What I think is going on here is you're going to pick the one that makes you happiest. If you're here for work or a career, you're going to pick the one that makes you happiest. The Empress indicates abundance. So you have an abundance of choice and opportunity here coming in for you in the future. Okay, then you have the King of Wands on the bottom. It's because somebody really views you as an asset to their place of employment. This person will always have a job because they love what they do. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.